Yes, people, it's back. We're back. When I say we, I mean Mo, Daps, myself, and hopefully Double A are back. And for once, we're going to all be on a one show together. I think it's the first time, which is mad. All of us
First of
hosts
many.
in one. First of many. Revamping, obviously blessed for every guy being in here. But first, obviously, the show will be about Premier League predictions. And we're going to show you what it was 6 weeks ago. Some of you may know, some of you might not know. But we're going to definitely show you. We're going to definitely be updating. And we got a little what's it called, a poll in the comments about Arsenal. Obviously, they are the topic of today, alongside Everton and Frank Lampard doing his best to be Jurgen Klopp running around the pitch. But other than that, obviously, appreciate anyone that's here. Smash a like, and we're going to get straight into it. And I'm pretty sure there's some good cases for some teams. I think there's some good cases, but it's that time. Do you know what time it is, Mo?
Intro
time.
What a lovely intro, don't you think?
It's all right, isn't it?
I actually like it. It just narrows the mood. What about guys in the comments? How do you like the intro, like compared to the old one? Do you want me to quickly? Look, I'm just gonna show people. If people don't know, this is our old intro, by the way. Yeah, none of that stuff.
Kiana, which one do you prefer? What? Which one? The new one? Yeah, Kiana prefers the new one.
She likes the new one. Kiana is our biggest Never Foul supporter in the building. One day she might wear a t-shirt with Never Foul. She'll be our mascot, official mascot.
And do you want to be the first one to tell everyone what they need to do right now?
Like, subscribe, and hit that like button.
In the face.
There you go. There you go. Bless her. I big up anyone in the building, but before we're gonna do that, how are my fellow hosts doing today? How are we all feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I've been at Hold Tight Chris, who we started Never Fail with. I've just been at his restaurant again, getting some good food. Our place in Milton Keynes. Make sure you get down there. I'm going to be streaming from there every Tuesday and probably Thursday lunchtime as well. Yeah, man. So I've been eating good, had a little cocktail as well with my mum and my daughter, so I'm in a happy mood. And also the best thing is he's got TV screen, he's got big screens in there, so I managed to watch the Arsenal game while I was eating. So perfect. Perfect Sunday. And actually also watch the Everton game as well. That
was boring. Yeah. But what about you, Mo? Obviously Inter Milan lost 3-1 to Udinese, and I'm pretty sure people are gonna want to know how you're feeling.
Dude, it's just before Udinese last night. We lost our second game of the season. We won the first. We lost 4-1. We got smashed by a team called Gunners. We were played out of the park, and it was absolutely ridiculous. And I think I broke my thumb as well. We don't know yet. I'm getting an X-ray. And then I went to bed, and I couldn't wake up to watch the Inter. It was 5:30 in the morning. I was too tired. I got home at 2 in the morning, and I just wake up to 3-1. And we just lost it. I told you my team sucks at the moment. He made two substitutes.
Thought they did all right.
What about this then? You sack. Who's your Is Inzaghi?
Inzaghi.
You sack Inzaghi and go get Pochettino. That would be a good move.
You know what they want? They're talking about Tuchel, but then he's too expensive.
I think Tuchel will go to Bayern Munich. I don't know about guys in the comments, but what about you? I think Nagelsmann will definitely get sacked.
He goes to Juventus because Juventus lost today to the bottom team ones that won.
Allegri.
Ooh. But here's the thing. But here's the thing, yeah. With how he kind of, some might say, he come unstuck in the Premier League. Does he really suit the Italian league?
Yes, he does, because he's just defensive guy. He's gonna defend with Juventus.
Yeah, true. But he defended with, actually, because I don't watch too much Italian football. Do Italian teams play with 5 at the back?
Yeah. No, not Juventus.
Not really.
Inter Milan. Inter Milan play it. Lazio have played it.
My God, I'm sorry.
Lazio don't. Lazio, Napoli, Juventus.
They'll play 4 now, isn't it?
But with
That's
how
who used
good
to play for you.
Italians generally are defensively anyway, do they
Yeah,
even
he's
need to
gonna.
play with 5 at the back? Like,
It's because I think it's more of structured football in Serie A, isn't it?
yeah,
So
yeah,
for
true.
me,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
that's
it's
fair.
all about your positional game, etc. And then the killer ball comes. Like there always will be a gap. Like it's such a strategic game over
Yeah,
there for me
true.
when I watch
Very true.
Italian football. I'm gonna go through a few of the comments as well, respectively. Big up to Ilias. He said it's not looking good for Forest. And he says, smash the like upon entry, people, if you are new to Never a Foul. Obviously, today we're going to be talking about predictions. We're going to show you what we guessed, or predicted, I say, 6 weeks ago, and it is looking quite horrible. Literally, but it is only 7 games in. But if you are here,
I think
there
then
you
after
go.
that, what we need to do is we need to, on Instagram and Twitter, on all our socials, right? What we should post is, and maybe even we'll post it on, you can do them community posts on YouTube. Maybe we'll pull together something of how our predictions have changed, because we didn't just do it 6 weeks ago. We did it 10 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago, and put how throughout the last.
Do you want me to get them up? I've got all of them. I've got all of them.
Well, we could. I mean, if we got time, but it's interesting to see how
Alright,
they've
cool.
changed. Like,
Yeah. All right, cool. We're gonna go through the first one to the very end, and it only makes sense. I got every single one of them for you to see, and you can call us deluded if you want. Big up Daniel, by the way, guys. There's 50 of you already in here. It's nice to see it fluctuating so early. We're back and obviously better. We're 36 likes. Obviously, our minimum requirement is 100. So I appreciate anyone that has an account and a second account, maybe 10 accounts. Go smash them all. Big up Sid in the building.
Yes, Sid.
Guna as well. Hey everyone, what a day! I'm sure you're buzzing. Obviously, this whole talk of Son's already hit Jesus' the same amount of goals, and then he goes and actually bags a very decent one for Arsenal today against Brentford, who I was bigging up, to be fair. Brentford at home, maybe Brentford away isn't for everybody. Why am I doing this to myself? Anyways, Bailey.
There's a few things though. I remember on Friday on Terrace, I was saying to Patrick, like, yeah, you're going to beat Leicester, right? Beating Leicester is something that every club should do, right? But I need to see goals. And I kept saying, I need to see goals. And what did we got? 6-2. So
yeah, we got a lot of goals, but some would complain about the performance, which me and Mo did touch upon yesterday as well. So actually, very good show. Yeah, it was basically
first half in particular.
So they were
saying
the
whole game,
the whole game pretty much.
I didn't watch it. I'll be honest, I didn't watch. I didn't watch the second half. I watched the first half, and I think, yeah, they looked naive. They looked, I don't know, they didn't look like the hard to beat Tottenham.
Yeah, that's exactly what Mo said yesterday. Like they were saying how open it was, like at the back for chances for Leicester. Even if Patson Daka decided to get his head up, he could have slipped in Maddison a couple of times.
I'll tell you what, that 1-on-1 he had on goal, right? And I get he did have to shoot early because the defender was catching up with him, but it was how lackluster the shot was. It was just rolled at the goalkeeper, and it was like his confidence, unfortunately, it's just. I think that's the thing with Rodgers. He just seems to lose players. The standout for me for Leicester in the first half was Maddison. I thought Maddison looked so good. And you know what?
Yeah.
Yesterday, Mo was saying about could Maddison get into his team. And I get what Daniel was saying. I think it was Daniel and Huey were saying, nah, we're good with what we got. However, it is a conversation we do have to have because, like, De Bruyne is 31. Yeah,
but he's not De Bruyne type player. He's not one to do that. I don't know if you remember that, Mo.
This is the thing, though. Sometimes you don't replace players with like for like players. Sometimes you replace players with like Aguero and Haaland aren't the same player, right? And it took us 3 seasons to do it. But I do think because I didn't realize he was only 25 as well. So
yeah, he's 25 with 2 years left on his deal, by the way. So in the summer, he'll have 1 year left. Tielemans is going on a free. But the thing is, I hear what you're saying. You know,
he's levels above Tielemans, by the way. He's levels above Tielemans. Jesus.
Yeah, replacing De Bruyne. I don't know who in world football you replace De Bruyne with. De Bruyne is De Bruyne. There's no one even close to his level. I think Mo, you said he's the best player in the world. Like, how do you currently
at the moment? This is what I believe. There is nobody.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but again, I think Maddison. Again, take Maddison, put him under Guardiola, let him play the style, and then we'll see. But this guy playing in a shambolic team under a terrible coach that just sits on the side and just claps to his players, and then and still looks the best player on the pitch.
Yeah. Do you know the only thing I would say is though is what I saw of Maddison yesterday is I do get that he's not. I don't know if he'd suit City's style. He likes to.
That's what I'm saying. He likes a
what?
free roam. He's a bit
kind
like
of
Jack
doing
Grealish, a little bit.
He's like Grealish. He's doing stuff similar to Grealish, and it was like, I get it, but that might not suit City.
The thing is, though, Daps, I've seen Maddison in an 8, and this was, I think, during Brendan Rodgers' reign and the one before that. He played in the 8. No, I think it was just Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, just Brendan Rodgers' reign when he put him in the 8, and he just didn't suit it whatsoever. He just looks more comfortable in the 10, doing his thing in the 10, having support behind him. He doesn't want to do all the tracking and all that kind of thing. But let me go through a few more of the comments. Obviously, big up Dr. M. I don't know how to say the last name. So is it Cormier?
Colmaye, probably.
Colmaye. Or just let me know how to say it properly. I want to respect your name, obviously. I'm gonna go down a little bit more. I said let's talk ball. B says my brother's good evening. Big up Jerome in the building as well. He says, I love Daps as well. Obviously, I'm pretty sure. He says that was a gangster track, and Bailey saying big up your daughter. Obviously. Cass, I'm sure I played football against you before, G. Let me know what team you played for, and I will confirm if I played against them or not.
So that's the best Sunday way football friends.
I don't play Sundays, Saturday league. But yeah, actually I play both. Well, I used to. Boogerman as well. Glad to know you're happy, Daps. Big up Fraser in the building. Ravi as well. What you saying? Rolo Sambos, bros, do you think Arsenal are better than Chelsea? Oh, I'm going to start that question, and I'm going to come to that a little bit later, if you don't mind. So I'm going to bring that comment back up. If anyone else has any other questions, do get them in. Jamie Gordon as well. It says it's not looking good for Leicester. Austin Spaletta is saying Haaland hat-trick in the derby. Yeah, get out of here.
You know what? But you know what? Haaland did. Remember when Haaland started for City? Sorry, when he arrived at City and they had the launch, like the introduction to the fans. It was United he called out, wasn't it? He said, I can't wait to play against Man United. And I'm saying, like, I always say I'm a doubter of players for my team because I don't want to get too carried away. So, like Foden, I was like, I don't want to get carried away. Haaland, even with Haaland, I've been a bit like, I don't want to get carried away. I'm going to focus on Alvarez and let Haaland prove. And it's kind of like this guy does seem like someone that if he says something, he means it, right? And so I really wouldn't doubt him putting at least 2 past you in 2 weeks' time, Cass. I'm not going to lie to you.
Is it at the Etihad? Is it at the Etihad?
It's at the Etihad.
Yeah, it's at the Etihad. But the thing is, I think Daps can agree as well. Man United play better at the Etihad than we do at Old Trafford against City.
Yeah, but
because we have the element of playing a little bit of something. But Haaland is Haaland.
Shit's
but
changing,
I want to see Haaland. Yeah, but things are changing.
But things are changing. Like Old Trafford over the last couple of weeks, in a couple of games, has looked rocking again. So Old Trafford could be more difficult for us this season. And Pep is the type of manager that, like we saw with Tuchel,
he keeps his eye on records. He keeps his eye on records all the time.
His first 3 games against Pep, they won all 3. But then after that, it's like right, I'm going to think about this. And Pep will be aware that United are better at the Etihad, and will be thinking, right, so what do I need to do? And I don't know, maybe now if you are starting to play slowly transition more into Ten Hag football, that might work in our benefit. That it's like, right now. Because the counters where teams get City. Look, I always say, if you play 5 at the back and counter, you're a bit closer to getting a result against City than other teams are. It seems to be the way against us is
it's mad. It's mad how you say that as well, though.
Really, bro, low block and hit on a counter very quickly and effectively. It's not easy to do, but if you do it right, you can. You
avoid the first 15 minutes, Cass. Like your team avoids the goal in the first 15 minutes.
I was going to say this. I would say,
like we said that me and you against Liverpool. You remember, Cass? Me and you talked about Liverpool game, and we said if you avoid a goal in the first 15 minutes,
you've won the game, innit? You said that yourself. I remember you saying that. You said you pretty much won the game. You've got a chance.
You got a chance to get a point or to get 3 points. Exactly. Now it's up in the air. If you concede in the beginning, it's done. There is no coming back. I don't think there's coming back, but I think it's like a 70-30 game based on the defensive unit that
Ten Hag is now. Definitely a different game to last season.
Exactly.
It's definitely interesting because I would say as well. You say it yourself as well, Dap. Sometimes parking the bus up again and counter-attacking against City is not always the way. Sometimes you just have to give it back and play to your strengths. I mean, sometimes you've got to catch City off guard.
Look, I'll be honest. You're a different team this season. But previously, I've always said the way Man United have played, especially at Old Trafford, where they try to park the bus, soak it up. Don't do that against City because that's what we want. especially if you're right. You can do that if your defense is built to do that, right? And you can even then your defense has to be on its best day. But if your defense is on its best day and you're built to do that, you can do that.
Yeah.
If you're not, if you're not,
I'm listening.
if you're not, you can't do that because like, and this is what I felt Man United tried to do way too many times over the last couple of seasons is park the bus, sit back and give us too much time. And it's like, no, because what we'll do is we will pin you so far back. And if you've got
you won't even have the
fullback,
chance.
shit defenders,
Yeah.
you're just going to come and usually against you, we've played like, you know, Gundo, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Rodri, Foden, Jesus, and it's you ain't got you're not getting the ball. Literally every time you try and counter, they're just getting the recycling the ball when it goes again. But it will be different this season, so it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, of course. It's definitely a good topic. Will be obviously there will be Man City v Man United, and there will also be Arsenal v Tottenham, which we're going to have some big people lined up for you guys as well, just to see what they think.
The next round, Kaz, the next round, you can imagine that it's Liverpool
October
against
is
Brighton.
immense.
Yeah.
Immense.
Liverpool play Brighton, Chelsea play Crystal Palace, North London Derby, and the Manchester Derby. This is the next round. We can do all these predictions today, and everything changes in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of predictions, though, because somebody might get something a little bit more right than others, and it's just interesting. It's a bit like a fantasy Premier League. You're always going to be changing players over, all that kind of stuff. I don't personally. Mourinho got sent off today, by the way. Shock. I like Mourinho. AS Roma are my Italian team, not just because of Mourinho. Just I'd always like.
Did they lose? I watched the first half. Did they lose?
Did they lose? Guys in the comments, did they lose? By the way, Bailey's got a question for Daps. Quick, what are you using the old studio for now?
I'm not.
No. What are you going to be using the old studio for? Like, as in,
do you know what? I don't really. I've been thinking about that because at the moment it's kind of like a graveyard where it's slowly having bits taken out of it. Like I've got 3 TVs in there. I think I'm going to put one in my daughter's room, one in her snug, which we still need to do downstairs. I might, one of the things that we've been thinking about is we might start. So me and Soups used to do something called The Lookout Show. The channel is still on YouTube. It's called The Lookout Show UK. And we used to do music from there every Friday. And we might go back to doing that. But at the moment, obviously, my focus is just never a foul. So, yeah, but watch that space. Not really too sure yet. I need to do something with it. But yeah.
Yeah. But, all right. You want to hear that football in the background, Randy Chant?
Oh, you haven't got that noise. I can never hear it.
It's
No, I can hear it.
I'll put it down low for people. I don't worry. We're gonna be watching a little bit of Serie A and the rest of it going on.
One channel I went on. I can't remember. It's a Liverpool channel from a guy in Canada, right? And I went on there mad late one night. The night that you came, when I got back from holiday, and you came up to my yard, Cass, and I went on this Liverpool channel, and he plays constantly through his whole stream like. The only way I can describe it is the type of music they play in spas, like really calming, really quietly. And it was only about 15 minutes in, I was like, have you got spa music playing? And they were like, oh, yeah, is it all right? I was like, it's really calming me down. It's very therapeutic. Yeah, I don't know. I might need to start doing this as well. Actually, I can't because then it would override your music. Or is this through the channel?
This is on the channel, StreamYard. Yeah, it's through the channel.
Wow.
Yeah. Our Soups. I'm gonna ask, obviously, big up Booze and Bants as well. He's got this thing that you connect into your computer where you can actually put sounds on and literally press the button and it will all come up. So I probably might be looking into that. All that kind of stuff. Roma losing 1-0 for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's 1-0.
Yeah, it is what it is. But Fraser said, by the way, so if you don't know, I know this. Christoph Froome from RB Salzburg is now going to be the director of football at Chelsea, which is big moves because they always get gems. Very, very good move from Chelsea, I would say. So they're now set to agree, and I see that as well. That's big. That's big. So hopefully that gives us Michael Edwards if we ever do get the chance to sign a director for football at Man United. It only makes sense. But anyways, let's move on a little bit. I feel like before we get into our predictions, I feel like we're just gonna have to put some respect on the name a little bit. I did run the name in a poll. Arsenal Football Club. Today they won 3-0. Saliba scored. Jesus scored, and then the first Vieira goal, which is his first start in the Premier League as well, I believe. He also got a goal.
Yeah, I think it is.
A very good one at that.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
Pick up Marie. Yeah, it was good.
What's up, Marie?
I don't. Arsenal just look great at the moment. Let's just face it. Like they had no Odegaard, and we thought without Odegaard, their attack won't thrive. And what happened? They thrived today. They beat Brentford at home. Brentford looked very good at the start as well. Like I was tweeting it looked very good, but then Arsenal just that first goal, that was it. The heads in, dropped, they just went forward, kept going on to the point when 2-0 happened. I had to switch the game off. It was like when I see Tottenham scoring against Leicester, come back 2-1. I thought, let me just switch the game off for a bit. It's pissing me off. I don't want them to win.
I think it's a really good day. Obviously, we always said we were going to do this final prediction thing once the transfer window is shut. But I do think it's a really good day to do it today because of the fact that, yesterday Son came alive, Tottenham won. City again, Haaland scored. And it's like, with these results, it's like, right. And with Arsenal, because we got to remember, I think the last time Arsenal played in the league, they got beat by Man United, right?
Yeah.
Because of the break. Now they've come back and they've bounced straight back, which I've been, it's my saying of the season, is it's not, because it's my saying in life, it's not the losses, it's the wins that define you. And the way you bounce back. And they've bounced back, like they have. And again, with Tottenham, I said, this is the first time Tottenham lost in midweek. It's the first time that Conte's maybe spoke to the players a little bit differently, dragged them in early for training. Let's see how the players react. Now, maybe performance-wise, not so. However, with Son, seems like that man being dropped was enough to make him think, right, I need to get on that pitch and change this game. And fuck me, he did it. So I think it's a perfect time. And yeah, I mean, I would like to redo this show. I'll say this now before we get into it. And I know Double A's not going to be with us, so we can just get cracking. I would like to redo this show when the transfer window shuts. Maybe we'll do it twice.
In January, potentially?
First week of January, and then again when the transfer window shuts in January. Because for me...
Good shout. I would say because after a World Cup and everything as well, people coming back, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the first couple games.
As well, yeah. But
I'm so excited for the World Cup, Daps, man. I'm actually buzzing. Yeah, you know what? Games are going to be at 10. Guess what? Games are going to be at 10 p.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. And if you know anything about me and watch-alongs with the World Cup and Euros, Daps, 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and also some 7 p.m. games.
Right.
So
good job.
Who's going to be streaming at 10 a.m. in the morning?
Screen at work.
Who's going to be streaming at 10 a.m. at Daps' Yard Studio? Me.
Yeah,
me.
100%.
And guess what the first game is? I think it's someone v Saudi Arabia. Argentina v Saudi Arabia.
Qatar have moved the date forward by 1 day, I believe.
Something like that. Something like that. But yeah, what about you, Mo, man? Obviously, Arsenal are absolute fire at the moment. They're top of the league. And Fifth Elemento, big up you. I've never seen you in here before. I hope all you guys are here. We're literally going to be talking about the predictions in the next 5 minutes. As soon as that half-hour mark hits there, 30 minutes, we will be talking predictions. Mo's face is smiling because he had a big one for Wolves. He had a pause and literally he had basically big hopes that they were going to be doing well. So far, they're looking absolutely rubbish. Where Wolves FI, big up him. He wants Bruno Lage sacked. He says here, Mo, that would be the only time they will be first place. They're losing again. Spurs, October the 1st. You will see. I wonder who you support. Spurs.
Even if they lose, that doesn't mean that they're gonna be like this race is not gonna end soon. I think we might, even after the World Cup, we're still gonna be looking at this and say, okay, we're not sure. I know that we're talking about City winning the league comfortably, but Arsenal look comfortable as well. They lost against Man United, so did Liverpool, right? And you're playing against Man United at Old Trafford, and the stadium is rocking and everybody just buzzing. It's just different. So to me, it doesn't tell me anything that lost to Man United, because Man City still won the league a couple of seasons ago when they lost to Man United. It didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like losing to a big team doesn't define the league. What defines the league is winning against Brentford away, is winning against Leicester, is winning against the likes of Crystal Palace. That's what defines the league. You can win.
You know what? Yeah, I think I said this last year, right? When it was either January or it was when City played, the night City played Brentford, because I remember I was at the game. Tottenham played Southampton and lost 3-2, right? And then the next night, Arsenal played Wolves for the second time in the space of about a month. Away at Wolves, got a player sent off and still hung on to a 1-goal lead. And at that point, I said, now here's the difference. Yes, Tottenham might be getting scalps against bigger clubs, but Arsenal are beating all the teams they should be beating. And I was saying, and based on that, that's why I think Arsenal will get top 4. Unfortunately, the back end of the season, Arsenal kind of failed to do that. But Mo's got such a great point. You can get results against the top 6 clubs, right? But then fail to beat teams below you. And you
yes.
or you
yes.
could do it the
yes.
other way, or you could do it the other way round. Now, there's only if you're playing for top 6, there's only 5 teams above you. That would mean there's 14 teams below you. So which one is more important, getting the results against 5 teams or getting the results against the other 14 teams? So it's a very good point.
There was a club like that. Who was it? One of the top 6. They just beat everyone below, but when it came to the top 6 results, they couldn't do. It was actually Arsenal, wasn't it? I think actually last season they were beating everyone below, but they couldn't beat anyone above.
And
so,
Liverpool
again. And Liverpool as well. So on that note, but that's where we need Arsenal. But to get into that top 4, you can beat every team below. But if you do not beat the top 6 teams, you will not get to that top 4. And that was kind of evident, don't you think as well, Mo? They just need to really push on.
You'll not win the league, but you need to. I'm not saying you lose.
They're winning convincingly,
10 games. I'm not saying you lose all the 8 games, like the 10 games against the other top 5. You know what I mean? But I'm saying that, oh my God, you don't have to get these 30 points. These 30 points do not define the league. That's what I mean. Let's think about it this way. There are 14 teams below you. You're playing 28 games for the teams below you. If you win like City last year, they only dropped point in 4 games out of these 28 games. Is that correct, Daps? Crystal Palace and Southampton twice.
Crystal Palace home and away. Southampton home and away. Tottenham home and away.
No. 14 teams. Forget the top 6. 14
right, okay,
teams.
Yes, Southampton, Southampton, spot on. Southampton and Palace, yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
28 games, only dropped points in 4 of them.
I think that was one thing. Do you know what, Mo? Last season, one thing that kind of had me excited early doors, right, is, and I don't mean early doors like this time last season, because this time last season, City weren't looking amazing. To be fair, we were only a couple of points off what we're on now, but we weren't looking amazing. And I was weary going into the Chelsea and Liverpool game because we had Chelsea, PSG, Liverpool all in the space of a week. But then a few weeks later, I looked at our schedule and we played 4 of the top 6 away, and we'd taken points off of all of them. I think the only ones except for Tottenham, right? And I was looking at the back end of the season thinking, hold on a second, we got to play most of these top 6 teams at home, right? And we've already taken, and that was the thing with City, that we were taking points, which was key, was not only the fact we only dropped points to 2 teams below us, but we were getting points off of every single top 6 team except for Tottenham, which it made me laugh yesterday. Even Huey is the same as me. When Tottenham fans talk to us, it's the one thorn in our side where we just have to sit there and go, fuck off. Tottenham.
It was a bit like Liverpool and Crystal Palace at some point as well. Like, it was just like, oh, not these guys again. But yeah, what was I going to say, guys? There's over 115 people in here. Please smash the like button if you are in here. Do not ignore what I say, because it just helps to grow the channel. If you do have an account and you're signing, it makes us happy. It helps the channel out. So you are supporting the channel, and obviously it makes us smile in it a little bit more, because then you push us up to a new subscriber. Nearly at 100 likes, 72 and counting. It's nice to see before half-hour mark. And I feel like we should dive straight into the predictions. What we think.
We're going to start from the bottom, yeah?
Bob, we're going to do this first as it goes. So this is going to be horrendous. So on the 7th, as you can clearly see on the, is this the one, right? Yep. No, this is the one. Sorry. As you can clearly see, this was our first ever predictions at the start of July. So when the transfer window just opened. Can you see this?
There's only 2 things here. There's only 2 things here that are out of. It's not too bad, but there's only 2 teams here out of place. Leicester and Fulham. The only 2 teams out of place.
Yeah.
This is absolutely like it's actually.
Hey, hold on. Where are Leeds at the moment?
11th.
They are
11th.
Okay, so it's not too far off, is it? Not.
But that's 11th, 2 points from being 17th. You know what I mean?
Where are Brighton right now?
Brighton are 9th, I think. Are they 9th still?
So again, only a few points off. Yeah, you're spot on. It is Leicester and
Fulham.
I'm going to be 100, and I know I said it.
I
in
know
one
Brian.
of these
No,
shows.
sorry, Brian a fourth. My bad.
There is, and we're also with the fewer games that we've played so far. There is the relevance that some teams have played less games, and that is relevant right now. The other one that I said. Now I'm going to ask you, where are West Ham at the moment?
They are 18th, and they've only registered one win and one draw this season.
I've been saying it, and I'm sure I've said it all pre-season. Maybe not this early, because maybe I thought they would have done more business. But I've been saying I am not as convinced on West Ham as everyone else is, right?
You said this at the start as well.
Yeah, because I just don't. I think Moyes is getting a lot out of a squad that is not as good. I said, and it is valid, that maybe it isn't a Moyes type squad, but I think Leicester has a better squad than West Ham.
I'll be real. I think they need to sack Moyes. I think if they want to move forward in life, I think he's done his job. He stabilized it. You know what? They've got a bit adventurous. The type of players they got, like a Scamacca, they got now Paqueta and so forth. This sort of players, he can't handle that sauce. He really can't, and he can't utilize it. He needs that rigid, get stuck in kind of team.
You United fans have got a serious agenda against that man.
No, it's not that. No, I don't actually have anything against Moyes. I just feel like he's done his part. He's done very well. But I just thought if West Ham are looking to break and be a solidify themselves, let's call it a top 8. They've done well the last couple of seasons, but with the players, if they want to advance even more, I just feel like they need a bit more of an adventurous manager, maybe like a Sporting Lisbon manager, maybe him potentially, just somebody a bit different.
What I would say to back that is if you're saying that the manager needs to reflect the ambition of the club, then I would also say that the board needs to reflect the ambition of the club.
But
I thought they have though. They are.
Not really.
They signed Kara from Germany. They signed Paqueta. They signed. So all of these are actually.
Actually,
Agurd was one of the best centre backs last season as well.
I'll back down. You might be right. Actually, for once they have actually backed him. Yeah, you are fair point.
Emerson, they got him. Emerson on the left side to back Criswell.
I completely forgot they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Has he been playing?
Yes, he played today. Yeah.
I just feel like West Ham have now outgrown Moyes. That's the thing. It's time for a change, and it's time to actually look at that.
Where to go, Cass? Where to go?
That's what I said. As I said,
nothing better.
Ruben from Sporting Lisbon. Ruben Amorim is there available. I feel like there's a decent. I think even I know Pochettino won't say yes to Leicester, but West Ham are in London. They're exciting, but he won't go because of Tottenham. I don't think. But at the same time, there's a couple managers out there that will take the job.
They aren't rivals. They aren't rivals. West Ham and Tottenham.
It is an interesting one with Pochettino as well because if you look at Pochettino, this time last year he was at PSG, and although probably I think by now Messi had already given him the kiss of death, hadn't he? The look by this time last season, right? And we all knew, end of the season, you're gone, mate. From Messi's looks at you like that, your time's up. In September. But then there was a United job, right? And you could say Arsenal could be, although he may never go there, but there were jobs potentially available. Whereas now with Pochettino, it is a bit different. If he does want to come back to England, he hasn't got, I'm going to wait for the United job no more, because that United job is signed, sealed, delivered for a couple of years at very least. Yeah. So now, and then you think Klopp's just signed a contract. Pep, we don't know, but I don't think City would go for Pochettino anyway.
What?
West Ham have got their very own. I rate this manager, Scott Parker. I like him a lot. I think he could definitely elevate someone young, fresh. They know him.
Did he play?
Yeah, believe it or not, all right. So when I first started playing football, other than Steven Gerrard, right? When I got a little bit older, I started to model my game around Scott Parker because I didn't realize I preferred sitting deep. So my career is a bit weird, even through Millwall and everything. I went from playing right mid to centre mid. Then I like playing DM. I like to dictate, and then I ended up at fullback. That was my best position because I could do everything I wanted from there and just play my positional game. But Scott Parker was the one.
Dictate.
I think Scott Parker goes to Leicester.
You're awful. Dad. Did you hear that? Sit deep and dictate. Hey, you had to emphasize that. Disgusting
Sorry.
man.
Carry on.
I'm gonna
Get him
move
off the
on
channel, vulgar bastard.
get-
Sorry, Mo, carry on.
All right, guys, 130 people in here, 81 likes. Let's get this up to 100. I appreciate every single one of you that
Mo,
are
when
in
I
here,
said
man.
Pochettino, I don't know if you reacting to the chat or reacting to me when I said that I don't think City would take Pochettino.
I was like laughing at you. What was he?
Maybe
Doesn't
Pochettino
suit
might
the
go to
way-
Bayern Munich.
No,
Nagelsmann's
I
getting
just
sacked.
don't think we take him. Do you think he would go to City? Do you think City might
What do you
take
mean?
him?
No, City will not take him. But if City
Yeah,
offers him
that's
the
what I was
job,
saying.
the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
will.
I'm telling you now, yeah.
You're getting. I'm
After-
telling you now. Listen,
Luis
I want to say
Enrique.
one thing about the next City manager. I think it's gonna be Nagelsmann.
What?
I think it's
No,
gonna
I
be
don't think
Nagelsmann.
so.
He's very progressive, young. He's gonna follow the footsteps of Guardiola. In like 4 or 5 years, he's gonna get bored of the project at Bayern Munich. Maybe he will leave or something. That's what I think.
I don't
Do
think
you know,
so. I reckon he
I
gets
think
sacked
the one
early.
thing because
Luis
I know.
Enrique.
Yeah, you know what the thing is right now. Yeah, a lot of people. I saw someone saying, "Will I do a show on who's is Pep going to sign?" I believe Pep's come out and said he's not going to make a decision until after the World Cup. Which for me, I'm not really cool with that. But you know what? I'm not angry with that because it's Pep and he's done so much for us that
You can't even be on to think who your
Do
next
you
manager
think you're
might
gonna be
be.
done
You
after
know what I mean?
Pep? Do you think
No.
you're gonna be
But
done
what I
after Pep?
do know is that like when people were saying yesterday who replaces De Bruyne, I'm like, you know what? I saw that we had issues defensively, and thought we needed to get someone in. I never would have called a Kanji, right? And they've gone and got him, and I think it's going to be spoken about. We thought he was going to be a bit part player. He's like seems to be the first name on the sheet at the moment, and we're getting better defensively. So it just reminds me what I always say.
He's really mobile as well.
I trust my board so much, right? And I know that before Pep signed his first contract extension, a good 9-12 months before, we had Van Bronckhorst behind the scenes checking out City, giving him access to. So I do know that the relationship our board Khaldoon has with Pep, they will know when they'll know way before the media and anyone else if Pep is seriously thinking about, you know what, after this season I might go. There'll be something cooking already at Manchester City. And
Arteta.
I believe... No, bro. No, bro. Can you not remember Can you not remember when Arsenal came in for him?
Yeah.
He actually had the conversation with the City board about being guaranteed the role when Pep leaves. And City were like...
You don't... Well, if he does amazing things with Arsenal this season... and he gets another trophy potentially or something, and it looks more convincing.
Then he might love Arsenal. He's like, yeah, bro.
No. But I mean,
why would you leave Arsenal, Cass? Why would you leave Arsenal at that point?
I'm saying, not now. I'm saying, I don't think Pep leaves City, by the way. I reckon it will give another 2-3 years. I reckon he's got everything he wants.
Happy.
In 2-3 years, I won't lie. Arteta looks like he can become a world-class manager. I'll be real.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Potentially he could be.
The board will make that decision, and they have more qualifications than I fucking do. But I just have to trust them until they break my trust. You know what? They'll get the right man, and people will hang their hat on that as soon as Pep leaves. City crumble. People will act like we didn't win trophies before Pep arrived. Pep has come in and changed our brand, and we've broke a lot of records. But he's also buying well. We're keeping the squad young, and whoever comes in afterwards is going to have that to go with. So I'll just trust the board, man. But let's get back into this. So
I'd like to think you had a similar model, right? I know, I get it. Sorry, but I reckon they have a similar model to the way Barcelona used to run. They always used to employ a player. Like you see Bayern Munich do it. You see Barcelona do it when they're on top. Who was Luis Enrique before? Who was he managing before Barcelona? Celta Vigo.
He came in a singer.
He was Celta Vigo, went to Barcelona, and he pretty much they had Neymar, Suarez, and Messi, pretty much the deadliest three ever in world football. Like,
so you can't judge him. So how would you judge him?
So, but I'm saying they might get somebody else that's a similar model. You don't have to win anything, but if somebody suits the system and knows the philosophy and knows the club and everything like that, and so forth, then it might be a good fit. Arteta might be a good fit in the next few years. I don't know. Anyways, moving on.
Let's move on to the next one. 2 weeks later.
So 2 weeks later, we done this midway through July. It changed a little bit. What we changed is we moved Leicester down to 7th. We moved Manchester United up compared to the last one. So people could see the little bit of the changes.
Got De Jong. Why did we do that?
Well, West Ham didn't change, but Wolves changed. Leeds changed. Brentford went down a little bit. But then Nottingham Forest came out. Do you get it? And then so forth. Bournemouth hasn't changed. This looks a little bit. It don't look too sad either at that time. Obviously, the biggest one you could say there is probably
Hold on, you're
Man
on the-
United.
you're on
No,
the
no, no, no.
third
You're
again.
in the wrong one. You're in the wrong one.
No,
You want
no.
the
Oh,
wrong
sorry. This one.
There we go. That's better.
There we go. So the ones that we got wrong, that looks a bit wrong again. Evidently, Leicester, it don't look great. But the thing is, I said this.
Fulham the same.
Fulham the same. Everton might move down. Nottingham Forest hovering. You don't look too bad. It don't look too bad. The only thing I would say is, I still think Leicester can still make the top 10 if they sack Brendan Rodgers now. They've got the squad to do it. I don't know about you guys, but they do have the squad to do it. They bring in fresh manager, fresh ideas. 7 games in. Yeah, they got 1 point, I think, at the moment. Unlucky for the team that did draw against them, Brentford. Yeah, they drew against Brentford.
I think the players are actually down now. I think the players, they need a big break, not this break. They need a World Cup break to come back. Listen, in football, and you know that loss brings loss and a win brings a win. And for me, if they need a big change of scenery. The guy that played yesterday, I don't know his name, he's giving me Colaccini's vibes. The guy with the big hair in the back. They are very vulnerable in the back. They don't know what to do. Harvey Barnes is a different player after the injury. Daka is not it for me. To be honest, the 2 players that survived this team is Shrewsbury and Madison. Everybody else is just rubbish at the moment.
Do you know what I think is massive for them as well, Mo? Is that if we look at Leicester when they were doing bits, they had Maguire, right? And they had. Did Johnny Evans come in just before Maguire left? I believe he did, didn't he?
No, he played with Maguire.
Yeah, right. And then they had Fofana, right, before he got injured. And they look really. No, when Maguire left, they then had Fofana and Johnny Evans.
They
and
were in Fofana after
No.
Maguire,
It was Soyuncu and John. Fofana came to the scene like a year later, 2 years later.
Oh they got Soyuncu. That's the one.
They got Soyuncu and John, but the team was way more established at that point.
No. Because I'm focusing on the defense. They had that. Then they had the summer where it was looking really promising because they'd had a good season the season before. And it was kind of going to be they had 3. They had, pronounce his name because I'm definitely going to, Soyuncu. Thank you. They had Johnny Evans and they had Fofana. And then it was the start of last season. Johnny Evans was injured and Fofana then got that horrific injury, right?
Yeah, they played
the Marty. They started the season on and they, it was going into the season they looked good, right? And then that changed everything. And then now you look at it, Fofana has gone and Johnny Evans, I'm sorry, but I massively think Johnny Evans has had an underrated career, right? But he's old now, man. Like he's not that guy.
Pereira, their one key player on that right side is not playing regularly after the injury, and then he gets injury after injury. James Justin keeps like floating. They play him center back, right back, left center back, left wing back. They don't know what to do with the kid.
Yeah.
For me, this club at the moment, you know what? I'm sensing if they don't sack what's his name, Rodgers. You remember Everton? You remember me last year? I kept saying it. I don't see them going down. I see them pulling up. And then until the last 2 days, Everton was still in a fighting in the relegation battle, right? Leicester can be dragged into this, even though their squad is really good. They can be dragged into this. It's just we keep thinking it's far from there. No, they have a better squad than this. They have a better squad. Everton the same. Everton, they have big names, and they were still in the relegation battle until the last 2 games of the season.
Oh, Danny Ward is not that guy either, bro. Like
Danny Ward is not even a goalkeeper. It's not even a goalkeeper. The guy has no idea where to stand.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they could, but they need to get rid of Brendan Rodgers. They're in a situation there. I don't know if we should all throw some money in and get rid of him, but
and not get someone like Lampard. You can't just get rid of Brendan Rodgers and get someone like Lampard to save your season. They need to get someone who's gonna drive them forward, like someone with ideas, not someone like just get us out of this hole. No, they need someone with a plan, someone that will present something new in the Premier League, someone who will present something new to this squad, because we saw what Lampard did last season. It just 100%. Come and help us. No, he didn't. He didn't.
No. Right, let's move on. One more. Move on. I think, how many more have we got? Not much
This
change
one,
there
this
as
is
well,
this
really.
is the what this is the last one before we do our new predictions. This is what
Right.
we thought. I can't really see much changing from this to be honest. Other than I would say the biggest howler there is still I think West Ham will revive their season. I don't think this is bad. The only one I say is Brentford, definitely. Fulham, I would say. And obviously you could argue currently Wolves as well, but
Forest
who knows
drop.
with
Forest
Diego
drop
Costa?
down. Forest drop down.
I
Definitely.
Yeah. By the way, 150 people watching and we're on 92 likes. Get this up as much as possible. Guys,
Please
I appreciate every single one that's in here. We are never a foul. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. We'll also be
And if
streaming tomorrow. And we'll obviously catch our last video yesterday as well, if you want to.
And that would mean there's about 60 of you potentially, at least, whose like button is not lit yet. And listen, people, it helps the algorithm so much. We've been off for a little bit, so our algorithms aren't kicking like a newborn baby yet. So we need it kicking again. So if you just give that like button a little tap, it will help the channel more than any super chat could ever help the channel. Just please give it a little tap, and it will push us over that 100 mark and hopefully push the number of people watching closer to the 200 mark, which will make me smile on my Sunday. Right, so from here, we start at the bottom. Pause.
Well, we'll start there then. Obviously, Bournemouth are just Bournemouth, isn't it? Like, they don't look great.
Bournemouth are Bournemouth, but are we going to say Bournemouth definitely finish above Forest?
I just don't think they got the minerals to really go above the... Actually, you know what? It's not a bad shout.
Hold on, we're starting from here.
No, it's not. No, we're not going to start from there, but we're just going to talk about our last prediction. This was our last.
No. We are starting now. We start now. Sure.
No, Daps said we're starting from
you
here.
You want to start now?
Yeah.
All right, this is our last.
Yeah,
This is the first. This is where it is, and then obviously we can. All right, let's start from there. Then let's go. Bournemouth at the bottom. So
see, Forest have bought 21 players, right? It's going to take a while to get them to click.
Of course.
The only thing you would say they might have and would we all agree probably it's between Bournemouth and Forest for bottom?
Yeah, it's got to be at somewhere. I would like to think Forest do a little bit better than Bournemouth still, like in the long run potentially, just because there will be a click at some point when they get few results. I just think Bournemouth get battered everywhere they go, man. Pretty much.
What about you, Mo?
I think Bournemouth will finish like.
You think you stick with Bournemouth, yeah? So Bournemouth 20th. Sorry,
I
Bournemouth.
still think Bournemouth they're not the Premier League level. The players are not Premier League level.
Yeah, I hear you. There it is then. Bournemouth bottom.
I'm looking at their
That's what
fixtures
they're
coming,
saying.
and then this can be. I'm trying to see. They play Brentford home. They play Newcastle away. They play Brighton and Chelsea. If they get 3 points out of these, I'll be amazed, to be honest, because Brentford are way more. I think even Brentford playing today, if you watch the game, I don't know, Cassie, you did. The 3-0 does not reflect actually what happened in the game. The XG for Arsenal were 1.5. It's not like they created 55,000 chances, but still, I think Brentford are a good team, well drilled, and Ivan Toney is cooking. Like the guys are playing really well. But Arsenal have this. To be honest, what is the difference between Arsenal this year and Arsenal last year? They have this X factor, which is Jesus clicking with Martinelli. It's the click is happening, and that's the difference. So I can't count them out, Brentford, that they can win. They can play.
I agree with you on that. I don't think
they can win.
And I agree with you on today. I do. I think it's spot on. I think I'm not saying Brentford deserve to win. Arsenal deserve to win. Let me be clear. However,
and deserve to win
Brentford
3.
weren't
They
dog
deserve
shit.
to win
They weren't
3,
dog
for
shit.
sure.
No, they weren't dog shit. Sometimes Arsenal had more chances and Arsenal took their chances. Doesn't mean Brentford was shit. They weren't shit. Like I've witnessed shit this season. Mr. Door in 4K. Nottingham Forest were shit, right? Brentford weren't shit today. And even at 3-0 down, they were still trying to play. They were still trying to get a goal back. So, yeah, I agree with you. So we got, I think, but would we then agree after that? Does this, because I guess we keep saying until it becomes a talking point, bottom Bournemouth, after that, are we right now saying, based on the here and now, Forest
on 19th for me and 18th. I'm going to say I'm putting Southampton there.
Are you agreeing? Forest 19th?
Yes, I agree. Forest 19th. This is
I would say
prediction.
I would definitely say, and just to put the relegation zone, I'd think Southampton are 18th. I think they get relegated this season, man.
I agree with you. for the first time, I'm not backing Hassan Hotel. For the first time since I started watching this guy, what are the goals coming from? I don't know. He is doing, it looks like he's doing trial and error at the moment, which is, it's not him. It's not like him. You know, Hassan Hotel does not do this. He is always a one plan guy, a one system guy. Like he tries to hold the ball, he tries to play from the back. But for me, I'm watching them, and it's just he's trying too much. He's trying a lot to play something different and it's not working. It's not working for him.
He's got, unfortunately, commendable. He's gone and got, especially as a couple of them are City players. He's gone and got some youngsters in there. But the problem with youngsters is youngsters can look good. I think one of the things at Liverpool at the moment is Liverpool have got in Harvey Elliott and is it Carvalho? Is it Carvalho?
Yeah,
that's his name.
Carvalho.
Yeah, they look good, but right now with a team that need to pick up their results, I think one of their issues is inexperience, and I think the same for Southampton. The longer this if this becomes a relegation battle for them and they're relying on young players, you can't rely on young players in the Premier League. Inexperience, so I think you're right. The team that have always been inconsistent might become consistently poor now.
And
I think that's some of their performances have been okay, but they're not getting results, so it doesn't even matter.
100%. I'm just going to go down in here as well. I'm just going to go through a couple of comments. Mustafa saying Southampton will go down. Hassan will get relegated with Bazunu and Latvia. This is what I'm saying. The City could just sign him back on a cheap, loan him out for a season, and then sell him again. Wolves have lost Kaladic.
That's an interesting one. I wonder if the buyback clause, like it's 40 million. I wonder if it's less if they get relegated.
Don't know.
Actually, it might not need to be less because of financial issues. They might accept less, right?
Because I think he makes a lot of money there, right? Like the kid has
if he's on a wage and City go, well, you know what? I know the buyback clause is 40. It's not City, but anyone could come in and go, do you know what? We're offering you 20. You need to sell him because otherwise you can't afford his wage.
The only thing is that that the club was bought by a Serbian telecom tycoon or something, and he might like go big in January if they are still in a hole. This is something that it happened last year, and people were talking about this guy wanted to take the club to the next level, but he wanted to do it slow. But if they're in a hole, he might just get the money out of his pocket and start buying players left and right. But based on the here and now, from what I'm seeing, Southampton, they don't look good, to be honest. They don't look good at all. They look like really disjointed. They look like there is nothing going for them.
Yeah.
Well, according to this, I'm just trying to have a little look quickly. Lavia. They ain't actually got it yet, but apparently his wage isn't actually that high as people think. Anyways, moving on. So we got who else have people said here quickly? So Mustafa saying 18th Southampton. Mustafa still thinks Fulham's going to get relegated 19th. Ilyas is saying Southampton, Wolves, and Forest.
Fulham already got quarter the points that they want to get only in 7 games. Like
and you saying Liverpool. Jake could say Southampton, Bournemouth, and Leicester.
I wouldn't rule this out. I wouldn't rule this out.
Do you know what? I hear you, but the thing with Leicester is right that these performances, I know they can't afford it, right? But the fact is, their owner does have whatever Brendan Rodgers' payout is. The owner does have that money, right? There will get to a point. He just don't really want to spend the amount it's going to cost. But if these results continue in a month's time, and Wolves are still on like single-figure points, there's no way they're going to allow Brendan Rodgers to continue to run that club. And at that point, with the squad they have, you would think that get a capable manager, they can avoid relegation, surely, right?
Yeah, 100%. I like to think so as well, Daps, man. I still think they still got enough quality to keep them afloat. Not top 10 maybe, but afloat, I would say.
They have very winnable games. Next games, they have very winnable games. It's Forest,
and
Bournemouth,
I feel like this
Palace,
is
and Leeds.
just pay Rodgers out, man. Whatever the 30 million, whatever it is, I don't know how much, but pay him out, get a new manager in, and just get things cracking again at Leicester. I'm pretty sure that fans have pretty much turned on. I would literally love to hear what Reedy would have to say about it.
I just
Yeah,
want
Leicester have
Keenan
scored
here
quality.
saying this. Listen, I just want to respond
say
to this.
so.
I kept saying this last year. I kept saying the exact same thing. Everton, they have so much quality. They
Leicester
can't go
got a
down.
much better
Everton, they have-
squad and more structured squad. They got a much more balanced squad than what
But
Everton
the
have.
defense, as Daps said, the defense is
Yeah, the
so
defense
bad
is
at the
dodgy, yeah.
at this point. Like it's very, at least Everton had
Do you know-
defenders.
Do you know
Give
what?
it
Do
to
you know
Sam
where that's
Allardyce.
valid as well, though? Do you know where that's valid as well, right? Would you say? I know all games of football are different, right? But would you
Yeah.
say that if you score 2 goals in a game, generally you should be comfortable that you're going to get a draw at least? Yeah.
Yeah, but you can see
Right.
six.
So then you look at the Tottenham game. Then you look at the Brighton game, and they're just, I believe, their last 2 games, right? They've scored 2 goals in both of them, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
But
Yes.
got beat 6-2. Got beat 6-2 and 5-2, right? So, however much we can say Daka's not it, and I kind of agree. I thought Daka was it. I actually last summer before last, I was really liking Daka.
He looks shit right now.
Yeah, he looks like a player wh's confidence has literally never been there.
Respectfully,
anymore.
I won't say shit. He
But
does
if you
look
think
as
about
good.
it, if Leicester can go out and score 2 against Tottenham, a hard to beat team, and score 2 against Brighton, an in-4 team, but then they concede 5 and 6, 11 in 2 games. Yeah, it's pointing at the defense massively. It's saying there are defensive issues with this football club.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I agree with you. That's you hit the nail on the head there. Guys, 165 people. We are on 113 likes. Appreciate every single one of you that have liked this, supported Never a Foul. If you do, guys, obviously at the end of the video, we'll be announcing a little something to do with us, just a little something. But other than that, let's move on. I'll be uploading as well what our bottom. Well, when we get to the first 11th place to 20th place, I'll upload that for you guys to see.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. But what we saying? So 17th and 16th, the places above Southampton. Who are you guys going for? And pretty much.
I'll let Mo go first.
Go on. I've got mine.
Brentford. Maybe. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
Let me
okay.
see. I'm gonna put it between. I'm gonna put it between 3 teams. Crystal Palace.
He wanted some sort of validation there. When he didn't get it, he's like,
You know it.
I'm like, people were so silent. I said
to make sure you're a laugh.
people
that right,
like
Max?
silent. I think Brentford maybe.
Big ups, Big Sixpence.
I'm
Go on.
looking.
Okay,
Maybe
Brentford.
Crystal Palace. Maybe Aston Villa. But
Villa. I mean,
I
Villa's
don't
a
mind
very-
that shout. I don't mind that
Villa's
shout.
guys, Villa are poor. Don't like that. Villa are playing
Hold on,
poor.
Villa. We haven't mentioned Everton yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Villa personally for 17th or 16th place, but I would like to put someone else in the hat, and I would like to put Everton in and around there.
I've seen more from Villa, and Mo's seen more from Lampard and Everton than he has Gerrard and Villa this season.
Because they now I'm seeing the last when they had Mopay, they actually playing decent football now for some reason.
Yeah, you know
some,
what? Iwobi is having his best season as well.
Yeah, somehow
centrally.
now
Is
it's working.
Iwobi's best, but is Iwobi's best season good enough?
Not only
but here's the
Iwobi,
thing,
but they
good
have
enough to avoid
Connor
relegation.
Cody now is playing. Guys, Connor Cody's not doing bad at all. Mopay
Yeah, I
up top is not doing bad. They did a good business and it's working. You know what? As you said, it's working.
Yeah,
but I don't think Everton finished 17, but I don't think they got enough goals in them to keep them going to push them into even a top 13 or 14 in my eyes. I want to put one name in there, and whether you agree to disagree, I don't know. 17th, I don't think it's going to be Fulham. I'm going to have to put Leeds in the hat. It's the inconsistencies assigned to.
I hear you, but me and Mo were fighting Leeds' battle last time we did this, I think, saying Leeds actually, the manager looks like he's had a summer with them. He's brought in players that he trusts, that he knows more about, and they're pressing well. I do get the inconsistencies, and that's the key with all these teams, like the inconsistencies. But when we're talking avoiding relegation, you can be inconsistent and be in a relegation battle. A couple of games can make you move clear of the relegation battle. And that is, I guess that's when you can start looking at managers and saying, is Jesse? What's his name? Jesse
Marsh.
Is Jesse Marsh a more qualified manager than Lampard? And
All right.
Yes,
probably
of
isn't.
course, of course.
I'll-
But let
I'll
me
throw-
tell you
I'll-
something about Leeds. Let me tell you something about Leeds. The only team in the bottom half that doesn't have negative goal difference. And if you look at the goal differentials, there is -4, -2, -4, -6, -11, and they have 0. They scored 10, conceded 10. That means consistency. That means the team knows what they're doing. They're not just playing it game by game. And this is why I'm like, I think
This is
Leeds.
awful, man. This is awful, Mo, because I can't think. I can't think of any. I'm looking at the teams: Leicester, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Brighton, Leeds, Fulham, Everton, Brentford,
It's hard.
and Villa. It's hard to really put someone in a 17th place, but we got to come up with one name. I mean, even guys in the comments, help us out a little bit, man. Who we thinking 17? I'm gonna have to put.
You can't even find a name to put it in there. It's hard.
I can't. I'm gonna have to say.
That's why I said Brentford, because we saw Brentford in the middle of the season last year, like just completely fell apart in the middle of the season. Completely
Fulham?
gone.
Fulham?
Yeah, no,
I think
Brentford. Brentford. You remember last year, they just completely
You-
until Ericsson started cooking with them, they were like, but maybe
Yeah.
we said people saying Southampton, we already put
them in our bottom three. We've already put them in our bottom three. Oh, so you know what? I'm happy to go Everton in 17th. I can't lie, under Frank Lampard currently. I'm happy
Okay.
for that. I think I am. I
But
think it'll be
Everton
enough.
17, you remember 17th and then Leeds 16? Is that a good shout?
I agree. I like that one. I can live with that.
And then
can live with that.
Brentford above that.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say another name. That's will be back in a second. I'm gonna say Brighton drops of quite a few places, quite a bit.
Not bad, not a bad.
I'm not gonna say 16th, but you know, I'm gonna put another name in there. Liverpool. The way they're currently going at the I'm joking.
Can you hear me, by the way?
Can hear you now.
And we can see you.
Yeah. I'm happy to go with Everton. I just got obviously Everton, and then I'm just gonna have to wait for obviously Daps if he agrees or disagrees.
But we need 2 more, and then we'll get Daps's predictions. Like we need 17. We said
I'm saying
Everton.
17. I'm saying Everton, and I'm saying 16th Leeds. I think 16th at Leeds is not a bad shout whatsoever.
I agree.
In my
Let's
eyes.
just put it this way.
Yeah, I have to agree. Just waiting on Daps a little bit. What about guys? What about you? Do you reckon is going to be 16th and 17th? We're putting Everton 17th, and then we're going to be putting Leeds 16th. Do you guys have any more names in the hat other than Liverpool, Mr. J Brooks and Daniel? Realism Jared saying, I see Lampard and Gerrard still competing. Lampard winning on the goal difference at the moment.
Competing where?
Shout. I don't know.
What do you mean? Hey, realism, Jared. What do you think? Competing to what? Competing for what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a hard one. I would like to throw Aston Villa in the hat as well. Not for 15th though. I think Fulham is perfect where they are. 15th sounds respectable for Fulham in my eyes. I think anything more is a bit too much. I'm even gonna go as far as saying Wolves drop to somewhere like 13th, I would say, but not 14th. 14th, I would like to put another name in the hat again. I would like to think it might be.
I'm losing the count. No, I'm losing the count. You're like you said too many names.
So obviously for us between us, Mo, obviously we got the bottom 5 sorted. So we went for Bournemouth, Forest, we went for Southampton, then Everton, and then Leeds. So that's 20th to 16th. In the 15th place, I would think Fulham, and then in the 14th place is the big. Who knows?
I think it's gonna be, in my opinion, it's gonna be Aston Villa. You said who's 15th? You said.
I say Fulham.
Okay, and then I think it's between Aston Villa and Crystal Palace, Brighton, one of them.
I don't think Wolves have got enough in. No, I do think they got quite good. I think they got very good midfield.
Wolves are gonna pull through. You know that, that they're gonna pull. Once Diego Costa start coming back and playing regularly, it's gonna be.
You're saying Aston Villa in 14. I'm happy to go with Aston Villa in 14. Under Gerrard, I can't really see it myself.
Yeah,
so
they have good players, but still, I don't see any footprint.
But we haven't said one. What about Brentford? I think they do a little bit better than Aston
I said
Villa currently.
Brentford. Oh, I thought I thought Brentford would finish 15th. That is good enough for them. So Brentford
15th?
15th. Yes.
We said Fulham 15th. So what now?
No, Fulham are going to finish above Brentford. That's my opinion.
So we're saying Brentford 14th then. I would say you think Brentford finished 15th and Fulham above a place one more. I
Yes,
think Brentford
one,
got
so-
more minerals than Fulham.
You think so?
I liked what they got from. Yeah,
I
Tony and
just think
Bramo.
that
They're more in the Premier League. They've done
Silva
it. They've been
is a
here.
good coach. Silva
So
is
is
a really
Thomas
good
Frank
coach.
though.
Okay. How about they tie in points for 15 and 14th? But because
That's a go for me. That's a go for me. I don't mind. I would put Brentford just based on merit. Why not? Why not? Why not? I would like to do this. Unless that comes in and wants to shake the boat about a little bit, pause, and yeah, then who knows?
so
I
let's
don't know.
say
All right, cool.
we said Brentford, we said Fulham 14th, and then 13th, in my opinion, is going to be Crystal Palace
Aston Villa
or
for me,
Aston
man.
Villa. Aston Villa. I
I
agree.
would say Aston Villa, and then I don't really want to change Wolves. I think Wolves still finish 12th.
Okay. So you think
And
Crystal
then
Palace are going to finish above Wolves?
I really do think so. I think they really do. I still think even though Wolves, I mean, right, actually, then again, I'm rethinking about it. Even though Brighton have lost out on Graham Potter, it doesn't mean they can't get another good manager in maybe a similar style, and they can go on. I feel like the players have kind of got together. They got a couple decent signings as well. I think they do have a good shout for top 11. And Brighton, Daps is back in the building. By the way, if he wants to come in, hello,
Can you hear me?
can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yes.
And you
he
can see
can't
me?
hear us.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, you're good.
Perfect. Right. Don't know what happened there. Weird. My machine just decided to switch to OBS mode for no reason whatsoever. But right. So what politics have happened? Mo's put City bottom half, Tottenham to win the league.
Basically. So what we've done is we've agreed in the end. I don't know if you don't agree. We put Everton in the 17th place under Lampard, Leeds 16th,
Yeah, I'd
Fulham 15th, Fulham 15th, and then Brentford 14th.
Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham 15th, and then Brentford 14th. Maybe Leeds 15th, and then maybe Fulham 16th.
We put Leeds. Hold on. What? We put 17th Everton.
I'll upload it in a second.
Yeah. 17th Everton, right?
Yes.
And then 16th we put Leeds. No?
Yes. That's the one.
And then 15th we put I said Brentford, you said Fulham, so let's go with Fulham 15th and then Brentford 14th, right? Is that what we said?
And then we said Aston Villa 13th, and that's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Can you share your table? Yeah, Keenan, we're going to be uploading it in literally the next couple minutes. As soon as we decide the bottom 10, we're going to literally, so all you guys can see, just bear with us. Don't leave or anything. It will be there. Don't worry. So what, do you agree with that, Daps?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's one or two that could be a debate, but it's not a debate that
So I said Wolves still finish 12th. I don't think they'd go anything further than that. And then I got Crystal Palace for me 11th. I think.
Yeah. I don't trust Crystal Palace this year for some reason.
I noticed that earlier on. You said you tried to put them lower earlier.
I would like to think we haven't said one name yet. Leicester.
I think they finished 10th at the end.
10th.
Yeah. 10th.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Even though they have 1 point, I still think they finished 10th.
Nah, not for me.
Actually, hold on. I think actually West Ham finished below Leicester this year. So I don't know how to make this happen.
For me neither. That's going to be.
You think West Ham? You think West Ham are going to pull through?
Yes,
more than
100%.
Leicester.
Yeah, more than Leicester. I still think West Ham.
More than you believe. More than you believe.
So if we agree, then do you think Crystal Palace do better than West Ham or Leicester this season?
Leicester, yes. West Ham, no. But
based on what? Did you like Crystal Palace? Are they good?
I think so.
They're worse than last year. They're actually worse.
Vieira being able to get a lot more out of his players than Rodgers can, especially
his forwards are not doing well. Like Mateta guy, and who else they have? Like
I still think they're more effective than Leicester at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
I think Leicester. I think Leicester 11th. I'll be real. I think Leicester 11th currently. I think like even though it's only been 7 games, there's still 8-9 points they have to claw back on.
Okay, so Leicester 11th. Let's just
And then
go with that.
if you agree though, Mo, man, if you can fight your corner, of
No.
course.
I'm convinced that you guys said there's too many points to, and already 7 games. We played already close to quarter of the season, and they haven't shown any life. So
No.
Yeah.
I just feel like the longer that man stays there, it's coming across like I've got such a vendetta against him. But the longer he stays there, the worse they're going to get for me. He's just. I thought this not last season, the season before, where they were in a position where it looked like they were going to get top 4 football, right? And then something happened with Maddison and 1 or 2 other players, right, where they needed disciplining. And I get it. They did need disciplining. They'd done something that they shouldn't have done. It was during COVID and whatever else, yeah. But it was like 3 games or 2 games before the end of the season. And it was like, do you know what? Bite your fucking tongue, Brendan, right? These are 3 of your most influential players. And he went and dropped all of them. And it's like, yeah, this is sometimes for the good of the team, right? Not for the good of your ego, right? Bite your tongue, because Maddison's a fucking important player. And I just feel like Liverpool fans used to say, and I didn't really see it, he can lose a dressing room. And I think he doesn't even know where that dressing room, he's lost that dressing room himself as well. He don't know where it is no more. So until he goes, and I don't think he's going to be going this weekend. I think he's going to have a few more.
Nah, he would have been gone by now. Don't you think he would have been gone by now?
Yeah.
They might be giving him his time.
Owners swing out quick doors. They don't wait till like a week later to go, actually, yeah, we've decided the day before our next game we're going to get rid of you. I mean, it is international break, which is valid, but now for me, they drop more points before Brendan leaves.
Yeah, it is that, man. But this is our bottom 10 that we've agreed upon right now, by the way.
Now we have 4 teams left. 4 teams left only, which is West Ham, Crystal Palace, is that correct? Brighton, and Newcastle, right? So West Ham, Crystal Palace, Newcastle. So West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton, and who else did I say?
So we got West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton, and Palace.
That's it. Just we need to rank these from 10th to 7th, basically.
Pretty much. That's the way it's looking.
I say Brighton 10th. Because I don't know if the Zerbi's coming or not. They are not. It's Brighton, the main factor for them to play the way they used to play is gone. So I say Brighton 10th, in my opinion, and I say Crystal Palace 9th. That's what I think. Maybe West Ham still 8th, and then Newcastle 7th. That's what I think.
Brighton's such a hard one at the moment with everything that's changed, that you want to say they can push on, but at the moment it is a bit of an unknown with Brighton.
So
I mean, the West Ham one. Do we back
Crystal
Brighton?
Palace has 6 points. West Ham have 4 points. This is the reality. Newcastle have 8, and Brighton have 13. I would start by putting Crystal Palace as 10th, because I think they already have only 6 points. Brighton already have 13. Maybe that's what I think. Like Crystal Palace 10th, Brighton 9th. No?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't see why not.
No, I'm good with that. Sorry. Yeah, we got Wolves. Yeah.
But what we're saying then, we're thinking. So
Wolves are going to finish above Leicester, but anyway.
So what we're saying then, we're thinking.
Nah,
we're thinking who? Crystal Palace 10th. Did you say?
I actually agree with Daps here. I think Wolves will finish 11th and Leicester will finish 12th, maybe. I agree with Daps. Didn't you just say that, Daps?
Yeah.
I agree with that, actually. I think it looks better.
I think, again, yesterday on the show, you were talking about Costa, right? And I think Costa could have a real impact there because he's an he knew how to be a shithouse before he left the Premier League. He only left the Premier League because the British media didn't take to him, right? But he suited this league perfectly, right? And he's gone away and studied being a shithouse even more. So he's coming back even more of a shithouse. Yes, he's older, but he's got young players around him, young, talented ballers around him. He can concentrate on being a shithouse that can score and let all the other players around him do the legwork and whatever else, and he knows how to wind up defenders differently, right? And I think it's very clever because it's Wolves are a good footballing team, but that now they've got that bit of, sorry, I'm going to say the word again, and it's before 8 p.m., but a bit of shithousery in their side now that I think it could work for them. I'm not going to lie. I think Costa could have a big impact for Wolves this season.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. What were you thinking in the top 10 then? You said with the Crystal Palace, this, that, and the other. I said Crystal Palace 10th, Brighton 9th, West Ham for me still get 8th, and then I've got actually Newcastle actually get 7th.
So I'm not mad at any of that at all, what you said. The only thing I would say is that Brighton and Palace could switch, but it depends on what happens at Brighton. We don't know because, they've lost their manager. They've lost a couple of players, so let's see. But based on the here and now, I would agree with you on everything you just said.
What about then you...
I agree with Wolves to be 11th, and then everything you said is Brighton. It's Crystal Palace, Brighton, West Ham, Newcastle. I agree with that. It's totally agree with this.
So we might as well just finish this up with the top 6. I'm still saying Man United 6th, by the way. Can we all agree on that one?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, maybe. Yeah.
Then who do we have 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd? Because my one changes now. I don't think Liverpool gets 2nd anymore.
Hold on. Let's go with. So we're going with 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, yeah, and 1st.
Yeah, so 6th Man United. So we might as well do the top 5.
Okay, hold on. Do we all agree that City winning the league? Let's just start there.
Yeah.
This is the only given thing. Okay, let's just put it this way.
Easy.
City, easy. Number 1. Do we all agree that United finished 6th?
I would say so, yeah.
Do you know what? Nah.
Don't tinker.
Some people might think Chelsea might get 6th this season.
Yeah.
That's tinkering.
Yeah. Look, this is the thing with me. I look, the other week a Chelsea fan, Ladimus, was on a show saying how Chelsea easily get top 4 this season. He was like, easily get top 4. And I was like, I'm not saying you won't, but I'm just not feeling the disrespect to how teams have improved this season. I don't think it's easy for Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, or Man United to get top 4. I think those 4, and that's ruling everyone else out, right? I don't think it's easy to say any of those teams get top 4. Now, with City and Liverpool, the difference is, however bad Liverpool might have started, even if we'd start worse than we have, I do think when it gets to January and the squad depths start getting tested and having the ability to do it, we'll pull through. So City and Liverpool, I'm just going to say we'll pull through in it. We will both get top 4. City and Liverpool top 4 for me is a no-brainer.
What is this guy talking about?
I think
talking about? Hey, did he just say, I say City and Liverpool will get top 4? Top 4 my ass. You're winning the freaking league. Just admit it, bro.
I'm gonna be real. And what I'm saying is out of the 6 teams, all I'm going to say is us and Liverpool, because of our experience and our squad depth, right? And our manager's experience, which is very key, not just our clubs, our manager's experience, we will get it done. And we will get top 4. That's all I'm saying right now. So then I'm ruling out the other 2 spaces for any fan base of Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, or Man United. Say easily 100% we get top 4 this season. I don't think that's true. And
You're making a lot of sense, Daps. You're making a lot of sense. But I still think that Liverpool this year might struggle to get top 4. It's a weird shout, I know. But for me,
even in their worst season over the last 5 years, all of a sudden in the last 10 games, things clicked and they got it done. Right. And they ended up finishing, didn't they end up finishing 3rd that season?
3rd. Yeah. It's the Van Dijk injury season. But for me, I think they need a big change in the way they play. And they didn't do this. City did, Spurs did, Arsenal did. The only team that haven't done this yet, I think that it's Liverpool. They still want to play the same exact system, but with different players, with Mane not being there, with Nunes, and also with players getting older. But for City, you adapted your game to the new striker, to the new way of playing.
I think a lot of teams are figuring out a way to play against Liverpool, and it's working. You don't really have to.
I agree with you. I agree with this cast here. It's a pattern.
I think Chelsea do a lot better than people think. I like Graham Potter. I reckon he gets his team firing. I know you say maybe they get 6th. I don't reckon so. I reckon they actually still get in the top 4.
Paul Tierney,
Well, actually,
you
no, maybe.
constantly try and go at me, bro. I've clocked you, my brother. You constantly try and go at me. Listen, I'm not doing my usual thing. If you deep what I am doing right now, Paul, yeah, is I'm trying to have a conversation about who will get the other two places. I'm not saying all I want is top 4. I'm not saying that. I'm ruling out City and Liverpool in the 3rd and 4th thing, my man, right? And I'm saying
No. So you're saying, I'm sorry. To clear, I'm going to leave it. So Liverpool will get second. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Well, I'm gonna.
What I'm
the Premier
saying
League-
is that there's 4 positions, and I think Liverpool and City 100% both get 2 of them. There's no way, but then it's the 2 that. So ultimately, I'm trying to get to who are the 2 that get 5th and 6th. And for me, I think it has to be for me at the moment Chelsea and Man United, because there's question marks. There's too many question marks over them 2 for me.
I'm going to say one thing though, Daps. Liverpool will have to. By the way, City has 17 points. Who I still think is going to win the league regardless. So I'm going to make it about this then. Arsenal 18 points. They are 9 points behind Arsenal. That's a lot of points already in the league to even get to the top 2. And I feel like Arsenal finding fine form. And yes, they got bigger games coming up, but Liverpool are not guaranteed to get points either.
I think we had 7 games left and we were 9 points behind you, bro.
It's true. But the thing is, I reckon I'm gonna say a different name. You know what? I've been flip flopping this whole last week as it goes in the top 5, top 6, and everything. I'm gonna say Tottenham are gonna get second, man. I really think they're gonna shithouse their way through to second in the end, and I think Liverpool get third.
But let's 5th and 6th. No. Who are we saying in 5th and 6th?
Sorry. I'm putting Arsenal third. Arsenal third, Liverpool 4th, and I think because of the big 6 results itself, I think because Tottenham will edge them a lot more than Arsenal will, so that's why I would have Arsenal in second. No, I mean Tottenham in second.
So 5th and 6th. Are we saying
Chelsea, Man United?
What, Chelsea 5th, United 6th?
I would say so, yeah. I think Man United's drop of quality from their first team to other positions are a lot worse than what Chelsea have in a drop of quality, in my opinion.
I think Man United gets 6. This is I'm kind of like.
So we go with that. I could kind of feel that they could get 5th, but
okay. Let me just start it like this. Just go inside. Okay. I think it's City, United, and then I think it's Spurs get second. I think this year Spurs and Arsenal will both get top 4.
Yeah. It's looking likely. They're looking good. They're taking points away. It's what you said earlier. They're taking points away. I ran a poll, by the way. I want to say it now. I read a poll. Have you changed your opinion on Arsenal since the beginning of the season? 40% of people have said yes, whether that's positive or negative. I don't think that's going to be changed. It's going to be a yes in a negative way. Somewhat yes on 14%. On the fence, 50-50, 15. And some people said no, they haven't changed their opinion. So that opinion could also mean that even if they think Tottenham, even at the start of the season, people think Arsenal can get top 4. Some people might think yes, no, you never know. But it's looking more positive on that poll itself with the people that are watching this right now.
Firstly, Paul, it's all love, bro. As always, it's love to everyone that watches the channel. If I respond to you, it's kind of out of respect, because if I didn't respect you, I wouldn't even respond to you. We need to get involved with the live chat, so I'm getting involved. Now, what you just said there, Cass, I think the key is, and this is why I said I really want to redo this beginning of January and when the transfer window ends in January, because I think even what we see then and what we see at the end of the season can be completely different. And this is why, although my opinion is changing over Arsenal, I think the biggest thing for me is I'm not going to judge Arsenal till their squad gets stretched. And I don't want anyone right now to tell me that any club, including Liverpool, are having their squad stretched right now, because
Mo Salah will turn up. He will turn up.
But even yes, Liverpool have injuries, right? But that's not your squad being stretched. Your squad should be good enough to deal with injuries, right? If we're talking top 6 now, your squad should be good enough to deal with injuries. What I'm meaning is, when it gets to the business end of the season, players are mentally tired, physically tired, injured, back-to-back games. inexperience of getting over the line, and all of these things that really stretch your squad, not just injuries, because injuries
I get
every
that.
club will have every season. And that's where I'm intrigued to see. That's when I'll judge Arsenal. Right now,
Well, he's lost Zinchenko and Party, and Party's just come back. Zinchenko's still out.
but again, they're
Odegaard's
injuries,
out.
bro.
They're,
No, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Injuries for
they're winning
me
though.
it's not testing your squad depth, because injuries happen. Your squad depth should be good enough for injuries. If you're a top 6 team, we all spend enough money that none of us have the right to say our squad wasn't deep enough, including my club. And
Let's get this to a close then. Let's get this to a close then. Are we
the inexperience of Arsenal's squad in the business end of the season and their manager against Tottenham, who have Conte, right? And that is experience of the squad.
So we agree Chelsea are 5th, yeah? That's it.
I think in my opinion, I think Nunes' mistake is a massive mistake, and it might cost them the top 4. That's what I think.
I just think that they still could put Jota up front, and I still think they just got Thiago that's just come back.
If Jota comes in and banking goals, yes, but I think
Thiago's come back.
The way Jurgen Klopp is so stubborn that he's trying to play Nunes, and I don't think it's happening for him. It might cost him. It's 100 million euros.
But the thing is, we say it might.
I don't
cost
like
him, but
Nunes.
again,
To be honest,
it might cost
people
him,
in
but
the
it might
chat,
not.
I do not like Nunes. I do not like this type of forwards. These types of forwards disappeared from football. I like the types of forwards that get involved. When Haaland gets involved, I clap and I raise my hand and say, this guy is learning. Nunes doesn't have the touch to get involved in the play. And you know, like Mon said it on his channel, he said he is not Liverpool level in terms of like the way he touched the ball. He said it on his channel.
I big up Big Six Bands, by the way. They're in the description below.
Yeah, and at the end of this show also, it will redirect straight over to Big Six Bands as well, who are about to go live now. Keenan, your last comment. You know what? If people watch enough of me, you'll see that I slyly root for Arsenal at times because of their connection to City, Arteta, Zinchenko, Jesus. However, comments like this are what make me want to turn my back on Arsenal Football Club. You are now comparing Rodri and Cancelo at Manchester City to Zinchenko and Partey.
Big up that young 15-year-old.
I mean, yeah, cool, bro.
So what was
right now? Don't compare Arsenal Football Club and anything about Arsenal Football Club to Manchester City, please. Historically, I get it, bro, but don't compare your club to my club at the moment.
I don't think, you know what? I'm gonna have to put respect on it. I'm looking at it. I just can't see myself putting Arsenal second. I hate the thought of it. I want to feel sick, but not being biased. Yeah, I don't think, you know what? I can't lie. Liverpool got way too much quality to even finish 4th, in my opinion. I think they finished.
But,
you know
but
what?
Chelsea as well.
Third.
With Graham Potter.
I know, but Jurgen Klopp, Trent, Van Dijk, they got Thiago coming back. Fabinho's going to hit form at some point. We all know this. They still got Diaz, who I like quite a lot. Jota scores goals. He gets a lot of goals. He's back as well. Salah is going to turn up. People forget this. Like Son, like we all thought Son was he might be finished, this and that. Salah is going to turn up at some point. Something will happen when things get shit and it will turn back to the way they used to play. I think they get 3rd, and I think Tottenham get 2nd then, and I'll put Arsenal 4th. And I think that's a comfy 4th at that.
No, I think right. So if we've done the top, my top.
Who we put 4th? Let's do 4th. Do we all agree Arsenal will finish 4th?
No, I don't. I disagree.
No,
I think Liverpool will finish 4th.
Liverpool finish 4th. I'm not going to say no to it because I don't mind it because I hate Liverpool anyways. But what do you think, Daps, then? Who do you think is going to finish 4th? Because if not, I'm going to put it to the poll because I need to wrap this up soon.
No. You know what? I'm flip-flopping. I'm flopping completely.
Go on.
I'm thinking about it. I was going to put Arsenal 3rd and Tottenham 4th. But I'm going by my gut and the fact that this is a journey for Arsenal. This is a journey for Arteta. And I think next season, Arsenal come even stronger than this season. But I think he's still learning. He made the mistake of not trusting his tactics and 2-1 down, instantly made 3 substitutions. He will learn from that and he'll probably never do that again. But Arteta is to make more mistakes this season that quite simply Conte will not make, especially not in the business end of the season. So for that reason, I would put Tottenham 3rd and Arsenal 4th, Liverpool 2nd and Manchester City 1st. There you go. I said it. We will win the league.
I'm saying Arsenal 4th as well, so that's done. Who we saying
Okay.
third and who we saying second? I'm saying Liverpool third. I'm gonna say Conte second. That's me personally, Mo. If you want to do that, I don't
I
mind
agree
it.
with you. So let's vote for voting. I agree. Tottenham second. Liverpool. I don't see Liverpool closing that many. It's too many points, as you said, guys. Already 7 games in, 9 points already. So I think that's
Nah, not to
really
teams like City. Listen, this is the thing. Like I said before, first time we won the league, I might get the numbers slightly wrong, but Manchester City were I think 9 points behind Man United with 7 points to go. It might be 7 points with 9 games. Either way, we won the league. And I think with City and Liverpool, we are the two teams that everyone says it. We're the two teams that can go on runs. So let's remove my club. We're talking Liverpool. Once Liverpool have players back and get in the groove, they can go on 15, 20 game winning runs. And I don't believe Arsenal or Tottenham can do that, or Chelsea or Man United, may I add.
So
It's a fair point. Maybe second and third. Like I said this ages ago. Between second and fourth, there won't be a lot between it. And there won't be a lot between it. I don't think there will be. I think it'll be a lot tighter than people think as well. And I don't think City get as much points this season either.
So you two have both voted ultimately for Tottenham second,
All right.
And you outweigh me. So Tottenham second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So in my opinion, why I say Tottenham second, Tottenham are playing shit, right? They are playing abysmal, but they're getting results. Arsenal playing good, decent, and they're getting results. So what happens when Tottenham decide that it clicks with Conte and it goes even better? Conte's more experienced. He'll be onto his team. He knows how to motivate a team. He knows how to get sacked as well, but not in his first full season. So on that note, I just reckon Tottenham go from strength to strength. Son, if he can get a tune out of Son again, it gets even better than that. He's getting a tune out of Richarlison that no one thought. Kulusevski just looks like he knows when to drop Kulusevski. Kane has already got 7 goals this season. I think 7 goals this season as well.
But let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing
with Klopp.
Right now, Liverpool have injuries, so let's do the same thing. What when Tottenham get 1 or 2 injuries? Arsenal have had injuries. What when Tottenham get 1 or 2 injuries? So same way that I will say Conte, I don't believe will make as many mistakes that Arteta. And it's fair that Arteta makes mistakes. Yeah, that's the thing. I think they will come better over the next couple of seasons. Arsenal are a team on the incline. They're getting better, right? And they're going to get better every season. But at the moment, what if Tottenham get 1 or 2 injuries? Then what?
Well, it's just the way I look at it is like, look, they're playing Emerson Royale. You might as well call that an injury in itself, playing him anyways. So they're getting a result with Emerson Royale. They put Perisic there. Yeah, he might have got dipped yesterday, but at the same time, this is them going at Leicester a little bit, and they're playing shit, and they still get 6 goals. They're playing Eric Dyer. They played Ben Davies, still got results, even though with his limbs, they put in Lenglet. He looks all right in the back 3, doesn't he? Romero's Romero, who's just got injured. He's just been back for his first full 3 games now. So he's coming back to the thing. Their front 3 are their front 3, I think is very, very dangerous. They got different types of options there. The midfield is a bit more suspect than I think. But it's the whole point is they're getting the results against the bottom teams or the lesser teams, shall I say. It's just when it comes to the top 6, it's the top 6 for me.
Do you know what could have really changed this right now? If last weekend's football wasn't called off, right?
And
we would have seen Man City Tottenham. And I said at the point that if Tottenham can't come to the Etihad this season and get a result, I'm ruling them out because they do it every other season. So if they're gonna,
I've got a question for you then, Daps, as well.
Yeah.
When Liverpool had to go down to Chelsea with Graham Potter as the new manager, who was more comfortable thinking that was going to be a win? Liverpool or Chelsea? Liverpool already suffered a big 6 result against Man United at Old Trafford.
When is it?
I don't think they go to. No, that's what got called off. It got called off this weekend.
Yes,
Liverpool
that would have.
No, Liverpool would have won that because it was Graham Potter's
first game.
I
don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I feel like Chelsea.
Potter could have called the tactics on Klopp because at the moment I think Klopp's struggling tactically, but
I think he could have played counter-attacking if he wanted to, Potter with the back 3 and everything, and it would have just soaked.
Potter doesn't know how to play counter-attacking.
Liverpool, but when he first got a squad, you have to. We thought that about Ten Hag, but look how he tweaked it. So the squad do know how to do that, and the midfield's on a battle of shit right now. Kovacic is back, and I reckon he runs that midfield ragged.
That's a game changer for them, 100%
so
game changer.
That's why I reckon. So that's already 2 results I don't think Liverpool get, and not a W at that. Whereas if I'm thinking of Tottenham already got the draw against Chelsea already, and they played shit, they've already got the point there. They're done.
Yeah, well, there it is.
We've done it,
and it's yeah. I mean,
look, this after our 3 big games.
My biggest point of this was that And do you know what? I've said it on a lot of streams, to be fair, so I have to be consistent. Everyone that's saying that Man City have already won the league, well, guess what? We're not top, right? So there is some relevance to that when people are saying City have already won the league and we're not top at the moment. So that is relevant. Arsenal are top. I just think this season's going to be the hardest season to get those other 2 Champions League spots. I think it's going to be tough. But we'll see. We'll see.
So there's our predictions, guys. Big up Mo and big up Daps. Obviously, find Mo on Interworldwide. Tagged down below. Big Six Bands. Make sure you stay on the stream. But before we go, we got one announcement for a Sunday that will come every Sunday. We're flipping up a few shows here and there. We're streaming every single day. So on every Sunday, you will find us. We are going to be making a show that you might know of. If you do tune in. Rivals, not virals. So that includes any team pretty much, just rivalries. But obviously, it's the main 6. We got our panelists. So if you want to, we can say them now. We've got Guna Lee, who'll be repping Arsenal. We've got Carefree Lewis repping Chelsea. Them 2 are going to be at each other. We've got Mr. Sean from Spurs Talk Show as well. You got obviously the main man, Daps. You know, it's already going to be hectic with myself. And last but not least, Monts as well from Big Six Band. So that will be every Sunday, and there'll be other people that will be getting in as well. We've got also other shows coming. Tuesday, we're going to be doing a thing called Trending Tuesdays, where we will be talking about things that are trending every single week, whether it's in the newspapers, whether it's online, and we'll be talking about them for an hour. Lunchtimes, 1 o'clock roughly, or something around that time. So if you are around, big up that. Big up Jamrock as well with the super chat as well. Yeah, keep Ryan LFC off. You should do that. Much. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that massively.
Appreciate it, man. Love that. And last but not least, do catch our show that we done yesterday. Me and Mo. We done yesterday with Hugh, and also who else did we do it with? Sean himself. Great show. A lot of laughter and bands. So do go check out our last show. But stay on this stream. Obviously, go check out Big Six Bands. They are live now. And we'll be back tomorrow at doing a chronicle talking about the Premier League games. Me and myself and Mo around 3:30.
I'll jump on that one as well.
Oh, nice. And then obviously Daps will be there as well. But yeah, man. Anything else you guys want to say?
No, love to you too. Thanks for everything you've done over the last 2 weeks. I've been shit. You lot have stepped in. And salute.
I wasn't really around either. But yeah, man. Check out our sick intro. Check out our sick intro, man. It's gonna be an outro.